Bridget Mathis with the Keri Shull Real Estate Team, and I'm one of the new construction specialists at Optimate Real Team.
Hi there, my name is Chad Hackman with Alair Homes. I own and operate Alair Homes here in Arlington and live here in Arlington and work here in Arlington, the surrounding DC metro area.
Let's talk a little bit about time frame. So let's imagine we have a client and they are getting ready to purchase a lot and you're going to build for them. How long does it take for you to build a property from start to finish?
Well, I think the first thing with the influencers we have, since we live here in Arlington, Virginia, and we do most of our business here in Arlington, Virginia, we have to work through the Arlington, Virginia building requirements. And so it's not so much as just submitting a plan or finding a house and saying, this is what I like. Arlington, Virginia has stormwater management requirements now that require us, because in respect to the Chesapeake Bay watershed, to make sure that all the stormwater that runs off your roof and down your gutters stays on your property, or most of it stays on your property. So there's some developmental concerns there. So that extenuates the permit process. So not only are they looking at the structure you want to build and the type of house they want to build, they're looking at how they're going to control that stormwater around it. So typically Arlington County will say, oh, we review our permit submissions within 30 or 45 days or something of that nature. But in fact, they do their first review in that period of time. And then they come back to us and they have comments and questions. And we are very educated and we do a very good job, but somehow they still have comments and questions.
Of course they do.
So we get through all that, and so we have that first review, then we go back and do our work, and then we go through a second review, which also may take another 30, 45 days. So we find for new construction that the permit process is a handful of months to several months, depending on the complexity of the lot and the complexity of the house that's being built. Now, once we get into construction, if you look at Alair and how we do things, we really like to get as many of your selections sorted out as early on as possible. That is key to a efficient build, because it's going to rain like it did last week.
Right, and slow you down.
Those are going to slow us down, and all those items are going to slow us down. But if we can get those selections out front, then we can build more efficiency through the process. You're still going to tweak things. You're still going to change your mind. This room looks much different with drywall in it than it did with framing in it. It's going to look different again when we put the floors in and the lights in, and there might be some tweaks you need to make, but we're going to try to isolate those. So our average client might take as few as 6 months or so if they know exactly what they want and the weather really cooperates.
Right.
But really a 7, 8, 9 month build time is a little more common. Again, you can shorten that by making your own selections and having a more simplistic house or straightforward house to build. But this is your dream home. This is where you're going to live forever and ever. You do want that bathroom to be perfect. You want that porch to be perfect. So don't beat yourself up for a couple extra months to making sure it's exactly what you want.
Right, and so I typically tell people anywhere from 12 to 18 months. Would you say that is a reasonable time frame to make sure that everything's complete?
Process, to be comfortable with it, not to be
rushed,
not to feel like, oh my gosh, I have to get this done now, sort of thing. I have to make this decision now, and then you hate the tile later. I tell a lot of our clients, if this is going to be one of those things that they're going to look at every day and it's going to annoy you, we should make it right now instead of making it right, instead of just getting it done.
Right, no, that's a great point, because here in Arlington, property is expensive, building's expensive, and I always hear, if I'm going to spend more than $1 million, I want it to be absolutely perfect. So that's what we try to focus on in our partnerships with our builders, making it the perfect home. Thanks so much for joining us today. If you're thinking about building custom new construction here in the DC metro area, please click on the link below to set up a time to sit down with me one-on-one so I can walk you through the process from start to finish.